All right, let's listen to Mark Anders first. Okay, I know other people have probably already said this 100 times, but wow, that's so Steve Hackett. It's incredibly, Spectral Mornings, just wow. What was the album? I was in love with Defector. Oh, remember that? Remember Defector? What was the name of that incredible track? Is it The Steps? Oh, this one. Anybody remember this? Mark, you did an amazing job. Wow, just through that little tiny speaker. If you don't know this album, Steve Hackett Defector, I highly recommend it. Anyway, that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, the guitar playing's great, Mark. I really love it. I just feel like that that snare could just be a little bit more bombastic. I love this second half a lot. I think the first half I enjoy, but this to me is just like absolutely superb. I know there's a sort of modern movement to have a snare have that kind of choky thing. It's been around for about 15, 20 years now, since the early 2000s, to have a kind of a little choky sound. I don't have a problem with that really direct kind of aggression. And I feel like it would suit your guitar playing. Your guitar playing's phenomenal. You're an incredible guitar player, but I think a little bit more aggression. Like I said, I don't mind the sound of like a Tama bell brass, like super ringing, aggressive. As long as it's got a lot of body to go with the ring. If it's small and pingy, not a big fan. And it definitely pigeonholes you if you use a small, pingy kind of piccolo sounding snare. But with depth and ring, I think would really like the Steve Hackett track, of course. But that in that sort of world, I think would work for this, because even if you wanted to try this, Mark, keep it more subdued in the first half, but then in the second half, bring in that extra aggression on it. And I feel like it would allow you a bit more freedom in the mix as well, because if the snare's coming up in energy, you'd probably get a little bit more aggressive on those guitars. I feel like you're being modest. I feel like you're tucking your guitars into the mix. I think if the drums, particularly the snare, were a little bit more like rock, I think you could push those guitars up, because they'd be like, and you could like just get a little bit more screaming out of your guitars. At the moment, it's a really nice mix, and it's an incredibly interesting and a really cool song. But I think it's probably just a little bit too conservative, just a bit. Snare more exciting, more aggressive. Guitars a bit more screaming, That's what I would do. So basically save this session as like your first mix. It's probably something that could work nicely in film and TV, like bed tracks and stuff like that. Now do a second one where, you've got this saved, but now I'll create a new session. You can start from the base of this and just go a little bit more aggressive. Just make the drums more exciting. Maybe some parallel underneath. It's just like, just a bit of energy underneath there. Snare more aggressive. And then what it will do is it will force you to get your guitars to be a little bit more screaming. And I think it'll be phenomenal if you do that. Absolutely phenomenal. But great work. We have such amazing talent in here.